people called the People's Main Event with Dan Ige versus Andre Fili.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks where the co-main is the People's Main Event.
Yeah, for
That's
real.
the Apex card in general, I guess. Yeah, man.
Life in the
This
Apex,
picture's great,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
uh,
I wonder how much Andre Fili walks around at.
Yeah, I don't know. You think his
Because he looks
breath
pretty
stinks based off
sucked
this
in here,
picture?
huh? Look at
It
that.
looks like what's his name's offended by something.
Who, Sean Shelby?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, what do you say?
Yeah. Oh man, brush your teeth, dog. Yeah, Andre Fili, we've always been a huge fan of him. I think
Oh,
we
yeah,
talked pretty highly
absolutely.
about Dan Ige too. Dan
Well, Will,
Ige.
if we go back to last week and
Mhm.
we're covering the fights that were going to be coming up this week, I said, ooh, it's a dangerous fight for our boy, right? And you're like, it's a
Yeah,
dangerous fight for both of them. And I was like, yeah, but EA has a right hand, man.
yeah, and
Holy smokes.
and Dan Ige going into this fight, he just lost to Bryce Mitchell. He kind of he almost always pulls it out when he absolutely needs it. Like there was that point where he was on the 3-fight losing streak, Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, Evloev. Then he goes back to back. It's like, hey man, if you lose this next fight, you might get cut. He goes back to back. Damon Jackson knocks him out. Nate Landwehr beats him in that dogfight. Then he loses to Bryce Mitchell, and you're like, oh no, dude, that's like the next test of being another ranked opponent, right? Because Landwehr and Damon Jackson are good, but they're not ranked.
Yeah.
So he loses that, and you're like, oh, dude, where are we at, man? Yeah, I thought this was the bounce back. And then every time he's in those spots, he kind of gets it done.
Yeah,
And
and I
you
mean,
could
to be fair, like, look at his losses, dude. Calvin Cater,
yeah,
Korean Zombie, Josh Emmett, Evloev, Bryce Mitchell.
yeah, it's
Dude.
all when he's fighting ranked guys, huh?
And not
Tough.
just ranked guys, but it's all when he's fighting, like,
Legit ranked guys.
yeah.
Well, Korean Zombie was like 100 years old when he fought him, but
Yeah, but also he's a Korean
it's still
Zombie. Come on,
yeah.
dude. He's a Korean
But
Zombie for a reason.
yeah, and he fought the zombie of Korean Zombie.
Yeah,
Whoa, Rich just
exactly.
went
Whoa,
through
what's
all the
going on?
pictures.
All right, Rich. Hey, we'll cut him some slack here. I think this is the first time he's
Yeah.
ever done that. You know what I mean? So he's like, let me exit that real quick. But
yeah,
we'll get going.
Yeah. So Andre Fili, Dan Ige, they've trained together a bunch. They talked about it a bunch. Josh says that Bryce Mitchell loss was really a win, though. Yeah, a lot of people had him winning that fight for Ige. But they trained a lot together, and I think that pretty much was the story of this one. I think Dan Ige knew Andre Fili's game too well. Dan Ige knew Andre Fili's game too well, and Andre Fili got a little complacent in his tendencies early in this fight. Because if you're fighting Dan Ige, he wants to walk you down and land that right hand. Hey, we're back. Look at that.
Yeah.
And this right here, Andre Fili did such a good job staying on the outside, and he'd pump that jab, step back, and then as Ige would try to counter off that jab, he'd step back, bam, and he'd throw that same side left hook over and over. I think he did it like 4
Sometimes
or 5
multiple
times.
times. He's like, boom, boom.
Yeah, and it's good, but if you're fighting a guy who you've put rounds in at the gym over and over and over again with, they know that look, dude. Dan Ige knows that look. The jab to left hook, the jab step back left hook, and he kept doing it over and over and over again. And then eventually Dan Ige was like, cool, I'm in distance now. As soon as he starts to throw that jab, I'm not going after. I'm going at the same damn time. And he just caught him while he was extended with that 50K right hand, man. It's fucking good.
And I think we have some pictures of the sequence here, as long as it works and it doesn't freak out again. So here it is, right? You see Ige just caught that right hand back, ready with that freaking coconut bomb from Hawaii. Boom. Right on the chin, dude. And look at the follow through from Ige too on the next picture. You just see it go, from look at all the way down here. Fili's hair is all over the place. Doesn't know what to do right now, and he falls in one last one for good measure. That last one, man, was so tough too because his head straight bounced like a basketball, man.
Dude,
and
it looked like a movie. Like it didn't look like a real fucking punch.
It didn't because Fili was on his side, right? And since he was like on his shoulder. His head wasn't laying on the
A
mat.
lot of
He was like,
space.
yeah, there's a lot of space. So he's like with his head off the mat. He comes straight down all the way through, and his head just goes bink, bounces back up,
Yeah.
and goes right back. And the look on Fili's face, like his eyes, dude, like just the
Yeah.
entire time just zoned out. And I was like, oh no.
Dude, and then he puts
And
his like in this
Herzog,
picture, you can see his hands like this, and he's just like, "What the fuck just happened?"
yeah. Did you
Oh
see him
my
ask
god.
Herzog?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it's
so when
tough.
he's down, right, and he's looking up, and the camera's zooming in on Fili, he goes, "What happened?"
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
Fuck, it's
like,
hard, man.
oh, dude,
What a sport, dude,
so
huh?
tough, so
Danny Gay
tough,
walked
man.
walked him down. Like, remember in Goodfellas when his wife calls and she's like, he tried to touch me, blah, blah, blah. She's all hysterical, and he's like, what? And he grabs a gun, he walks across the street, and the dude's like washing his car, and then he just like grabs him, he's like, bah, bah, bah. He's hitting him with the gun.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
basically that finishing shot was
If
fucking
you ever
brutal,
touch
man.
her again, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gaming references, movie references, Rich is on it.
Yeah.
So at the end too, though, right? Because one of the stories behind this was that Ige took offense to the fact that Fili accepted the fight because they were buddies, and he said that Fili saw this as an opportunity to break into the top 15 or the ranked, and so he's like, but he saw an opportunity to break in against me.
Yeah.
Against me. And so,
keeping it real
he
goes wrong, dude.
Oh, dude. But the thing that was crazy was one the respect that was shown from Ige at the very end was awesome to see, right? They really like each other, you could tell. But then Fili on the stool as Ige walks up and he goes, "Hey man, I didn't want to fight you."
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah, you can tell
wonder,
he's struggling with it, dude.
yeah, he really was. So it makes me wonder, like, was this one of those things where like he was really strong armed by the UFC? Maybe threw extra money at him because the part that I heard clearly was, "Hey man, I really didn't want to fight you," and I heard you guys say, "I know, man, I know," and then he said something, and I just couldn't tell whether he was like, "I had to take the opportunity, I had to," like he said something like that afterwards. So I wonder if like he just really wanted to break into the ranked opponents, right? To the top 15, or maybe the UFC just threw a little extra cash at him for
Could
accepting
be.
a short notice fight.
Yeah, could be.
Either way,
I
though,
don't
it's
know.
a sport, huh? It's a small world
It's
in the
fucking
sport.
brutal, dude. It's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be Lerone Murphy, right? Danny Ige versus Lerone Murphy. Oh man, I love Lerone Murphy. It sucks he keeps getting injured. He got hit by the car that one time, almost died. He got shot in the face, almost died. Like, what's going on with Lerone Murphy?
Got hit by the car, huh?
Yeah, he was
At
riding
least he
his
didn't get
bike.
hit
Like,
by Francis Ngannou. That would have been a lot worse.
who knows? It could have been a Ford Escort. Could have been the same.
Can you imagine?
Like, son of a bitch. But yeah, so it's tough, man. And you have these friendships that you become like. There's always the friendship's gone awry, like Colby and Masvidal, where it's just two insufferable assholes. But then there's like the guys who are like they just don't train together anymore. But there's a
But
bond
they were
that you
cool when they
build.
did. Yeah.
And
Trauma
it's tough,
bonding.
dude.
I think is that what you told me, right?
Yeah, to knock somebody out and just walk over them and just fucking bam, put a stamp on it is just fucking cutthroat, dude. And I respect
and
it,
the
dude.
thing
You
is,
got it. You have to do
You
it.
see it though. You see it because you see it in Danny Gate's face, man. Like he hits him and he walks up to him just like this mother, boom.
Yeah, dude.
And then he walks away like super pumped. And then when the adrenaline starts wearing down a little bit, he's like, "Damn, man, that's my guy right there."
Oh,
like
it's tough, man. It's tough, dude. What a fucking sport, dude.
yeah. Hey, but Andre Fili, we still love him, man.
100%.
And
So much
dude,
fun to watch.
I know that he lost, man. Yeah, he's so much fun to watch, but I still see growth in Andre Fili, dude.
Oh, dude, he's
And
getting better all the time.
UFC when he was so young, man. And so like just seeing him then to like where he is now, like I'm super proud of his development, his growth. He's still holding it down for Team Alpha Male. And Dan Ige, dude, I'm a fan, bro. I love me some Dan Ige.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I'm a big Danny Gay fan too, and it gets a little frustrating because like similar to Andre Fili, there's times where it's like this is the hump to get over to that next level, and he can't quite get there.
He was top 5 at one point, right? Dan
I
Ige?
think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
he was right
when
in the
fought,
top 5 for
Korean
quite
Zombie,
some time.
right?
Yeah.
When the Korean Zombie matchup was a high ranked matchup.
Because when he was fighting Korean Zombie, I want to say he was in top 5. And then when Korean Zombie won, that's when everybody again was like, dude, this is another run for the title for Korean Zombie. You know what I mean?
Well, because like, what did he get after that? He fought Dan Ige and he won, and then he fought Volkanovski after that.
Yeah, see?
But I think that was because Volkanovski, there was like he was supposed to fight somebody else, and then it was a short notice thing, right? For Green Zombie, and everyone's like, fuck it, it's his last chance. Austin says, can't stay for the stream this morning, but hope the rest of it
Shout
goes
out
well.
Austin.
Love Dan Ige. He's a good dude, and his KOs are always nasty. Hope he gets some more W's soon. 100%.
Same here, man. Same
Shout
here.
out
Plus,
Austin.
he just seems like one of those nice guys. He comes out talking about his family all the time, you know.
Yeah.
He mentioned yesterday, he's like, maybe I'll go make another baby, you know?
Yeah.
He's just
hey, right on cue. Blunderbub says, what do you say? It disappeared for me. I'll be a fan if he can talk about impregnating his wife. Yeah, that was tough, man. That
was more of a thing where DC kind of teed it up from, you know what I mean?
DC set him up for like a joke, and then instead he's like, I'll go impregnate her again. And it's like, hey man, don't be so literal about it, dude. Just fucking come up with like a fun joke about it, but don't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go home and fuck her. Like what?
yeah. And like, he could have just been like, hey, you know, like, yeah, my plan's to have another 15 kids, you know, get another 15 wins or whatever, you know? Yeah. Hey, we'll work on that.
We'll work on it. He just had a fight. He just fought his boy. He knocked out his
Yeah, he wasn't thinking clearly.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Ramiro and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.